What's up, guys? It's Tom. Today is May 14th, 2026. I was on vacation most of last week, so I didn't put out an update, but I added some new features this week and I wanted to cover what they are. Usually I do this on a Friday, but I think I'm taking tomorrow off, so I figured I will get it done today. So first thing I want to mention is audio alerts for these three panels for sim breaks, for real-time alerts, and metrics alerts are now globally controlled up here. You can turn these on and off individually, but there's a override. If you want to quickly mute them from announcing, you can click this button here, audio on, click it, it'll say audio muted. The other thing is these alerts, real-time alerts, sim breaks, and metrics alerts will work no matter where you're at on the site. You no longer have to be sitting on mission control. If you're using the setups table, you happen to click on setups and you're browsing setups, you can still get alerts and hear them fire in the background. So that's kind of convenient. I also added a flips announcer. So if you click on this flips, currently says muted right here, you click on that, you can turn this on or off and you select the time frames and the market. And if you hit apply, it will announce the flips for you, whatever time frames you select. So it'll say 15-minute flip, 60-minute flip for futures, or 60-minute flip for stocks, because stocks hourly flip is on the 30s and futures and crypto are at the top of the hour. So it's nice to have if you're not paying attention or you're doing something else and you hear the flip announced. That's when I flip back to a chart and take a look at what's going on in the market heading into the flip. Over on the left, if you scroll down, there's a charts link now on the side nav bar that has a little new icon next to it. If you click on charts, you will get this page that has a number of charts that are displayed. You can create a specific layout, you can change these tickers, or you can select from favorites. Here's Mag 7 and indices. You can change the number of columns. I'm going to add a rows input here, so you can customize this page however you want. If you pull up the watch lists page over here on the left, the little star, you can view tickers in your watch list, or you can click this charts tab at the top and it will show you chart layouts for tickers in the watch list. You can also customize the number of columns over here if you want, so you can have a whole lot of tickers on one screen if you want. The other thing I added on watch lists, I mistakenly added a whole bunch of tickers to a watch list that I didn't mean to add them to, and I realized there was no quick and easy way to delete multiple tickers. So there's this little pencil icon. If you click it, you can quickly select stocks in a watch list and then just click the delete button and it will delete them from that watch list instead of clicking on all of these little star icons, which reloads the page. On the alerts page, if we go to metrics rules, I added a new feature for time frame continuity flips. So if you add TFC alerts, we just call this like TFC or flips, you can pick a watch list. There's a cooldown period so that if time frame continuity flips back and forth, it's not sending alerts constantly. And then you pick the time frames that you want alerts for. You will get a lot of alerts, so I recommend sticking to the higher time frames, the 60, the 4-hour, the 12-hour, the day, the week, month, quarter, year, and not worrying about these smaller time frames. They're far less important, and you can pick if you want it to alert on green or red. And back on mission control here, you'll see these rules that are the time frame continuity flip on the 60. Time frame continuity flips red, this flips green. So it'll just read out the ticker, the time frame, and it'll say flips green or flips red. So like GC60 flips red. What else did I add? There was a lot of work done on fixing some bugs that I found. One of them being if you remove the watch list that was used in mission control panels or elsewhere on the site, there was no real way to reassign a new watch list to those panels. So for example, if I go to favorites here, which is what I have assigned to all of my alerting, if I click delete here, it'll now tell me reassign references before deleting. This watch list is used by 9 metrics alert rules and 4 mission control panels. So I can just pick a replacement watch list without having to jump through a bunch of hoops and edit all of my existing settings to change the watch list. I think that about covers it. You guys have any questions, let me know. My DMs are always open. Catch you in the next one.